Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto. Celebrate the power of love. CyMedia. Coming to Casey Center November 27th through 30th. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
It's Keith. It's Keith.
The Murph and Andy Show is brought to you in part by Ramsey Subaru, home of the toughest, most reliable cars in the world and the people who back them up, on Hickman Road in Urbandale.
Attention all campers.
Keith Murphy.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Andy Fales.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
Powered by AD.
Just a bit outside.
Murph and Andy. Live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. Murph and Andy. Connected by Cellular Advantage.
It is Murph and Andy here on a Friday, a fun Friday, and I know it's noisy here. Andy, it's good to see you. I'm just thankful to be sitting down in the press box here at the Uni-dome and that they were kind enough to find a place for me to do this podcast.
Yeah, kind of set the scene for us there. Tell us why you're there.
Well, the field is on the other side of me. I tried that, and it was just flared out by all the dome lights. But I'm here with Justin Surrency calling the 2-4A semifinals tonight. We got Valley and Dowling coming up at 4 p.m. That's almost always a great game with high stakes. And then that is followed by Waukee Northwest and Liberty. And interesting contrast in these two games. So Valley and Dowling have combined for 15 state championships and 89 playoff appearances between them. And all 15 championships are since the year 2000. It feels like it too, right? And Northwest and Liberty have never played for a championship, and each school is newer than a decade. So they're playing in one game and Valley Dowling in the other. So it's quite a contrast in matchups, but glad to be here and glad to be with you. And you can watch all the games on the WHO 13 Plus app.
Go Valley. I think we all agree on that. Go Valley and go Northwest. Yeah, I want that set. Want nothing but Central Iowa teams left. I'm actually surprised that Liberty made it this far. I figured. I really thought it was going to be all CIML. I mean, that's
close.
Just the class. It was a close, but Southeast Polk couldn't quite get it done. But man, they've had an incredible run.
They're the only 5A champion ever.
Yeah, right. They came up with that class. It's incredible. We have a number of friends who pulled their kids out of school early today so that they could go up to the dome. There's 4:00 kicks. You kind of have to do that if you're gonna do that on a Friday. They don't want to miss this. And like for the old school West Des Moineites, man, this is serious stuff. This is a rivalry that, I mean, I live here and I've lived here for a while, but I don't really understand it. I mean, you only understand it if you kind of grew up in it. I mean, this is deep.
I've seen bar arguments between people in their 40s.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back a ways, but ever since kind of West Des Moines became the first Des Moines suburb that people started, kind of flocking to. I mean, it's a really old city, but these two have kind of had this rivalry going, and so it goes way, way back.
We have signed kind of some breaking news up here today, and the Fighting Ed Wilsons of Grundy Center just lost.
Oh my gosh!
Lost to Regina, or as
it's supposed to be Regina.
The Iceborg used to call it Regina.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
But Regina just won, and that is Grundy Center's first loss in 4 years.
Jeez. They were the safest bet in state football.
Oh, man.
It seems like they and then Van Meter. You just really felt like that team was at least going to go to the championship game, if it probably win the whole thing. But, yeah, Grundy Center. man, just going well. I mean, hats off to them for that incredible run they had.
Andy, I feel like I'm going to step on you from time to time here, and I apologize. I can barely hear you, so I'll do my best. I'm in it's a glass booth. I'm in the replay booth, which is not used for high school football. So the Iowa High School Athletic Association was nice enough to put me in here, so I have a room to myself. But it is still so loud here in the dome, just in warm-up. So I know some of that sound is bleeding across the microphone, but it's also getting in my ears. It's hard for me to hear. Let me try to make one adjustment. You tell everybody about our friends at Ramsey Subaru.
Yeah, I want to let you know that Ramsey Subaru is getting in the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback as we speak. These haven't been available yet. It's a very, very popular car. You see them all over the place. But as you can see from this picture, it's been completely redesigned for 2026. They are arriving on the lot there in Urbandale just in time to tame the Iowa winter. You'll find them there, Ramsey Subaru, Hickman Road in Urbandale, and all the good people over there, Tyler Van Wielden and company. And there is no better car to just take the teeth right out of the winter, the Iowa winter, snow, ice, all that kind of stuff. Murph looks a little bit like he is in an airplane bathroom.
It sounds a little bit like an airplane bathroom too, doesn't it?
There's probably a tiny little sink over there at some point. Somebody's got to knock on the door and be like, hurry up, buddy.
Hey, get in there and leave some paper for the rest of us. By the way, those adjustments I made did nothing, so we'll just plow forward anyway. Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for sports and more here on a fun Friday, including West Coast Hawks, Vegetable Rejection, and the king of CyMedia. Guest House Tavern has nightly specials, including Friday's Surf and Turf Night. As I was walking in the dome here, it's hard to believe it's mid-November. I mean, I'm in a polo. I didn't even bring a jacket. It's so nice outside. And most of the time we've been up here for state football, and I know you covered many state footballs. Usually you're so thankful that the game is inside.
Yeah, I mean, and usually you don't love a dome for football or baseball. I mean, you want it to be outside. It's not football weather. It doesn't seem right. No one ever complains about the Uni-dome when you get to state football because you're right. I mean, if it's not cold outside, sometimes it's raining. We've had snow where you're just like, you are so thankful that there is that facility up there. And there's no doubt that that's why they've kept it, kept state football there for all these years, because it's not really centrally located, but everybody loves being able to just go up there and sit inside and not worry about the weather. I mean, oftentimes you have to kind of worry about the weather getting to and from the dome because Cedar Falls gets some bad weather. But this year, boy, you don't have to worry about any of that. And actually the weather is better outside the dome than it is inside, which is really rare for mid-November in Iowa.
And it's so loud here. It is one of the things that gives a team that's here every year, like a Valley, a Dowling, a Grundy Center, a little bit of an edge, because the players making their first appearance, like Newton in that great game last night in what felt like it should have been a championship game. If Newton doesn't lose that Football Friday primetime game by 3 to North Polk, then Newton isn't the 7 seed and they can avoid Xavier until the championship game. But that was just a great game. But the players have to adjust to how loud it is here. Everything from calling the signals to the turf. Many of them switch from cleats to sneakers. So it is an adjustment to be here in the dome. But this is what every Iowa high school football player dreams of, getting up here and playing at this place. So it's good to be here. I'm glad to be here. Let's go high or low since the last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
You got extra money sitting around in a savings account. Don't do that. Invest it. Make that dollar work for you, and call a guy like Tim Hawkins at Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax and let him just kind of take the reins. He will put those dollars, those savings, hard-earned savings dollars, to work the hardest for you. Reach them at wealthcharterretirement.com. It's an easy call to make and one you won't regret. I'm going high today. It's a little ironic. The weather is so nice outside, but I got the hot tub running.
Hot tub.
My WCI Pools and Spas hot tub that I bought kind of on a whim during the pandemic. Just because we were kind of stuck at home and thought, let's call WCI Pools and Spas and see. I got a used hot tub back then. It's been great. I love it. Now it's it feels even better when the weather starts getting cold, but it still feels just great. It's all fired up. I'm gonna take a dip on that a little bit later on. I can't wait.
That looks pretty good. I'm going high too, and it's Scott Sipker as the Iowa nice guy, just giving quite the compliment to our Iowa Everywhere leader and WHO 13 internship Hall of Famer, Chris Williams.
From local access TV in Ames to his current multi-platform media empire, Chris has been finding new ways to talk Cyclones for more than 20 years. He's always the first to adapt, the first to take a risk, and the first to make it work. Pete Taylor gave Iowa State its voice. John Walters gives it continuity. Randy Peterson and generations of Register, Tribune, and Daily writers gave it record. But Chris Williams gave it identity and a home. He didn't inherit anything. He built it. He didn't follow trends, he made them. He didn't just talk to Cyclone fans, he gave them a place to talk to each other. Chris Williams is the most influential Cyclone media figure ever. Period.
Let's all raise a nice warm bottle of Modelo and cheers to Chris Williams. He's got a nice warm 12-pack.
I'm in silence. Hang on.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, yeah, you missed my joke. That joke went nowhere, joke. Andrew. That was a good joke.
Yeah, it was.
That 12-pack just cooking next to the fireplace there.
As warm as can be.
Is Iowa Nice Guy sponsored by Modelo or something? Or
It is.
Forget that was. Oh, okay. All right.
It is sponsored by Modelo. Exactly that. But what a nice thing to say. And Scott really did some research on all of that too, and made sure to not leave the contributions of all those who have done so much for Cyclone sports and athletics in the media. But there are many factors, but there is like a line of Cyclone athletics relevance in the state of Iowa and growth of fandom. And it is all in Chris's couple of decades. It is. I mean, there are other reasons, and Jamie Pollard is a big one of those, but it's a really interesting thing. And I didn't see a lot of pushback on it. Saw a couple of Hawkeye fans that took the opportunity to douche him up, but that's to be expected. It's a rivalry.
Yeah, I agree with everything that Scott said there, and Chris has done a really good job. He just kind of kept rowing the boat, right? I mean, it started out small, and he just kept at it. And I mean, every school needs somebody like that. Not everybody's lucky enough to have one, but you need somebody like that that's just going to say, okay, I'll start up the media entity supporting this program. And he's done that, and he's continued to grow it. I don't know that Iowa has an equivalent to that. They have a number. They have several people, but not really a central voice, a central unit that things flow in and out of. Maybe that'll be Chris Williams too. Maybe he'll just say, "I'll take it."
Boy, he's done a lot, and he's a humble guy. So it was just really nice. It's nice to see somebody get their flowers while they're in their 40s and living and just getting started, really, in many ways. Look at the recent announcement of the business record and coming over to business record, right? I have that correct.
Yeah, the business record. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a world I'm in, but I know Jenny said that's a big deal.
Well, the business record is a really good news source. I use it for stories all the time. It's a good website. They have good concise news articles about things that we're all interested in. Businesses that are coming to town, business leaders that are doing things, movers and shakers. It's a news website. Really, it's a good one.
Oh boy, there's a team coming on the field. and I can hear AC/DC, and that is going right into my brainstem.
We can't hear it, so don't worry about that.
You can't hear that?
No, not really.
Wow, there's something, some way. It is just. I feel like I am sitting in the middle of the stands next to the world's largest speaker. That's what's coming into my ears. But so I'm glad you're not hearing it like that. Let's get the buzz here on a Friday.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Let me say something about Logier here, real fast, Murph. We had an issue with our furnace draining into the condensate pump. The condensate pump not draining the right spot. It has been something that I've had multiple companies look at in the past, and they couldn't figure out what to do with it. Logier came over, and Brian came over last week, said, I got a plan. He came back in on Tuesday. They fixed it in under an hour. Wasn't real expensive. It seemed kind of common sense, but again, I mean, this was something that 2 or 3 different companies we had look at, and they couldn't come up with an answer to it. Logier fixed it. This is something kind of above and beyond. And again, wasn't a real expensive fix, but these guys just came in and said, we will give you the time that you need to figure out this problem. They figured it out.
Logier's at my house right now. They're
again.
They're cleaning the furnace in the new place, so they're getting everything in great working order. And by the way,
who is more ready for this move to be over, you and Jenny or Logier's?
I think Logier. Well, no, Jenny, then Logier, and then I'm probably third. So Logier, they called. This is why I know this. They called Jenny about a half hour ago, and they said, "Do you want this dehumidifier on? Because it'll be really good for the whole house." And we had no idea there was a dehumidifier that was part of this furnace structure. So we said, sure, yeah, turn it on. So now we've got a dehumidifier working through the house. So we're happy for that. So thanks to Logier. The buzz is the Hawkeyes traveling to LA to take on USC. Temperatures expected to be in the 50s. Thunderstorms, rare for LA, but thunderstorms. There will be a flood watch in effect Saturday in LA. USC needs a win for the college football playoff hopes. Iowa needs a win to get that top 25 monkey off its back. It's 12 straight losses to top 25 teams. I mean, it's not Nebraska level, but that's a long run, 12 straight. So both teams have a lot of motivation here, but I think the thing that just keeps hitting me is, hang on, flood watch in LA?
Yeah, and they probably last week they're like, oh, just get through this game, this awful weather, and we'll go out to LA and it'll be beautiful. They've been in shitty weather for 2 weekends in a row. They've just got to be like, oh my God, can we play in some dry weather for God's sakes? It's no fun to play like that. You can't play your game. I don't care what part of the country you're from. Nobody plans to play in that kind of stuff. I guess I don't completely know what to expect out of this game, or what I expect to see out of the Hawkeyes. Getting away from the home crowd, losing some of the wind from their sails last week with the loss to Oregon. I mean, this is still a huge opportunity for them, and a game that, it's basically a must-win game for them if they want to have, this season finish out to the potential that it has. But I don't know. I mean, does it feel that way to this team? Does it feel that way to the fan base going out there? I mean, you just get so disconnected when the team goes all the way out to the West Coast and you play against a team that, is a real name brand, but it's not a Big Ten rivalry.
It is a game that the Hawkeyes, I think, are going to play hard. I don't think this team is checked out at all. I mean, that disappointment last weekend was crushing, but this is a big opportunity against a name brand, and they haven't played USC since they played them in the Holiday Bowl and scored 49 points on the Trojans, beat them 49-24. So none of these guys played on that team, but they're well aware that they can beat USC. Now, USC is a much better team at home than it is on the road. But I think the weather, I mean, I don't know anyone that could talk me out of thinking this bad weather and rain is better for Iowa than it is USC. Iowa just doesn't pass the ball that much. And when they did pass in the rain against Oregon, Mark Gronowski threw the ball pretty well in the rain, as well as he has all season, really. So he's a quarterback that can throw in the rain, and we'll see what USC does. But this is an interesting matchup. This is when Hawkeye fans like Chris Hassel and Andrew Downs were saying over and over again that they're glad the Big Ten West is done, that they want more interesting matchups. Even with the college football playoff dream dead, all but dead, this is still something this is more interesting to me than whatever bowl game Iowa ends up playing in.
Oh, I agree completely. Yeah, I mean it's a novelty still playing USC during the regular season, making a trip out there, playing in the Coliseum. That's a novelty. It's cool. It's an experience. But I mean, it's also one of the best teams on your schedule, one of the better teams in the Big Ten, and a game that's staring you in the face that you really need to win if you want to finish this season feeling like it was a good season.
Let's get a WCI Pools and Spas quick poll, and in honor of Andy's spa being up and running and getting ready for the cold weather. AD, let's get your prediction on this.
Yeah, who wins, Iowa or USC? And I do think Iowa's going to find a way to win this game. They've been so close against teams that aren't quite as good as USC. Now, those were at home. This is on the road. But Iowa can exercise a lot of demons. The ranked losing streak, Kirk Ferentz's troubles going out to California, and kind of keeping yourself probably not in the playoff conversation, but certainly in like national relevance with this game. Scott Sipker on the Iowa Nice thing had a good point. If Iowa loses, the echoes of like fraud are going to come out across the country. But if Iowa wins and proves it is a top 20 team, everybody's going to feel good about giving them the kind of credit they have over the last couple of weeks. And so I think this is a spot where a team like this, a senior-led team, is going to find a way to win. I like Mark Gronowski to make a play late and then it actually stick this time. They've been so close. I feel confident about this game.
I would pick Iowa at home. I'm picking USC in the Coliseum. I may be wrong. I hope I am wrong. It'll make the rest of this season more interesting. But the game against Indiana, the game against Oregon, those are both in Kinnick Stadium, which is one of the best home field advantages in college football. This is so far away, and it won't be a full stadium. It will be a West Coast travel game, all of that. I don't discount the possibility Iowa can win, and they need to win for all the reasons AD said. And also, Andy, like when we watch Iowa against Indiana and Oregon, that looks like a top 20 team, but AD and Scott are right. What gets weaponized against Iowa football is that they just can't win any of these games against top 25 teams. No. And they can end that Saturday. And if they don't, they have to hear it all the way up to the bowl game. And it won't really matter what happens in the bowl game, even if that team is ranked, because we'll have players opting out and it just doesn't have the same feel.
Well, I mean, I like Iowa's offense more than I have liked it in years and years this year, right? I mean, I feel like they can win this game, and the defense is reliable. But I'm picking against Iowa here because this feels to me like an Iowa out of rhythm game, like one that doesn't kind of jibe with their whole mojo, right? I mean, it's like it's not a Big Ten game, it's not at home. It's coming after a huge game and a huge loss where it almost seems like they got to go out there and kind of improv a little bit. They can't just do what they do best in this. They've got to kind of find themselves. They got to find motivation in a weird stadium situation, team offense that they're not really tuned up to play. This team doesn't look like most of these teams they've met this season. So I feel like my fear is that Iowa is not going to find its rhythm in this game and that USC's offense is going to score points on them.
Note to self.
Screw you guys.
Yeah, hey, I hope I'm wrong. I truly, I could care less about USC.
There's a reason USC is almost a touchdown favorite. I mean, it's a good team. They They have a not as good of a defense, but a good defense. They've been using the Kirk Ferentz quote from a few years ago as billboard material. They can run the ball, and that's what killed Iowa against Oregon. I have faith.
I should point out, my father was a huge sports fan, huge football fan, but he was not passionate about any one team, except USC football. My dad went to Stanford.
Wow, that surprises me.
Hated USC. I mean, hated USC.
That kind of passion.
Absolutely hated them, as did everybody, from Cal or UCLA. I mean, they hated USC because they had a coach named John McKay in the 60s who was a great coach, and O.J. Simpson's coach. And I mean, the guy could really coach. He was the first coach of the Buccaneers, right?
He went through that long losing streak.
Yeah. He was not a good NFL coach, but it was a great college coach, but he would cheat. I mean, that guy would recruit players like crazy back in the day where, you're giving them cars and stuff. But my dad hated USC. So you would hear him get passionate about, SC. Remember, he's like, was he South Carolina? What's he talking about? But he would get all pissed off about USC. And so that was, anytime I think of USC football, I think of my dad and just the way that he would just kind of come out of character, just like, what is wrong with you? Who is this person? You're not normally like this. And then he would just like go on these rants, but there wasn't anybody else around him that really shared his passion for that subject or really even knew what he was talking about. So it would all fall on deaf ears. He would go on this long rant and everybody's like, Okay. So what's for dinner? It just landed with a thud.
We have a game underway here. By the way, this is the first time I've been to the Uni-dome since they've made all these changes. It's smaller, it's more intimate, it's even louder. They made all the seats purple. That's a good move. I have made a note to myself, if this were ever to happen again, to bring headsets, not these rock and roll ear pieces here, because it is so loud to me. I'm glad it's not this loud to you. And by the way, maybe I'm not even at the Uni-dome. How do you know? Maybe this is all just a big way of putting this microphone in front of my pimple.
Yeah, or you're broadcasting from an airline bathroom.
Could be. Hey, speaking of the Hawkeyes, Norwalk 4-star tight end Luke Brewer picks Iowa. This is a big get for the Hawks. We saw him play, scored 2 touchdowns on Football Friday primetime earlier this year. Had another long catch. He is a composite 4-star tight end, and he reclassified. That's significant here. And I kept hearing from people that he was going to go to Miami, that Miami was throwing all kinds of money at him, and that they had wined and dined him in the ways that Miami has a reputation for. But it made sense to me when he reclassified that he might be looking at a Hawkeye team. The Hawkeye, of course, Miami has a tight end U rep too, but Iowa has a tight end U rep, but without, that star tight end right now. So I think he saw an opportunity maybe to go in there. So he's a junior, but he's going to go to Iowa next year. So he'll be able to play soon if he chooses and if the coaches choose. But he had offers from everyone, to answer your inevitable question, Andy. Notre Dame, Ohio State, Miami, Iowa State. He could go wherever he wanted.
Well, I mean, makes sense. Why any tight end would decide to stay in the state of Iowa play for Iowa or Iowa State. I mean, these are
Iowa
great
State's
tight end schools right now. Yeah, huge opportunities for them. But I don't know, now just in this day and age when it ultimately can come down to money, I mean, our schools here have to stay close in that regard for them to even be able to make the push about them being a tight end U, or, pointing out to these recruits what they've, tight ends have done here in college and then, done since then in the NFL. I mean, the money has got to be close enough for those to be, deciding factors.
And sometimes it just matters the support system in place. You have a kid who's dreamed of playing at Iowa, and money isn't the pressing need that it is for some families, where
I don't think
they
can
make a decision.
I don't think that they can sit back on those laurels though anymore. I think they have to.
I agree.
They got to come with the money and then just hope that's what decides it for them. I mean, you used to be able to do that kind of stuff. They just can't take that chance anymore with a guy who's that wanted. I don't know what he's getting as far as money goes, but I know if somebody's running my NIL for my school, I want to make sure that that's somebody can succeed at your school, right?
Yes.
You've got a blueprint for tight ends. You want to make sure that you're still putting the money forward.
I mean, South Beach is nice. We've been there, but have you seen the river that runs through Iowa City? That's pretty sweet too.
The Coralville Reservoir has a nice beach. They just put it in a couple of years ago, and it's got sand and everything. Sure, they took him there. Coralville is considered in some circles to be the Miami of Eastern Iowa.
Interact on YouTube, on X. It's Murph_Andy. The email is Murph_Andy@IowaEverywhere.com. It is all powered, as is my laptop here, by the Cellular Advantage, with 35 regional locations, and proud partner with U.S. Cellular since 1993. Local team out there right now, South Hardin, in a scoreless game here in the first quarter, as I continue to attempt to convince you that I'm at the Uni-dome and not in an airport bathroom. Some more hot topics for you here. NCAA women's basketball last night. Jan Jensen leads her Hawkeyes in a rout of her alma mater, Drake, 100-58. I mean, that was a beatdown. And she talked about after the game how much respect and love she has for Drake and Allison Pullman. But once the ball goes up, you want to win. You want to compete. And they competed hard. And then after the game, too, it was interesting just to see Jan Jensen sit down and talk to the Big Ten Network's analyst, Lisa Bluter. And Lisa Bluter was terrific in that role last night, as I don't think surprises anyone.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about her broadcasting there. And, Drake is rebuilding this year, losing Katie Dinnebeer. I mean, that's a huge loss. And a number of other really good seniors that they had on that team. That's probably something. Rebuilding is something that a lot of programs won't have to really go through anymore. But Drake is not one of those programs. They're going to have years where they lose a bunch of really quality seniors, and they may not have. You lose those seniors, they may not have a bunch of awesome juniors to step right in. That's a weaker class, and you just have a good old fashioned rebuilding year. But I mean, that's all right. I think that's still part of the natural progression. In a college like Drake, they don't have the money to just go out there and refill the roster with blue chips.
And Iowa is really talented and deep. The bench players for Iowa could probably compete with Drake's first five. It's that deep, but it does set up yet another anticipated Iowa State women's basketball game in December. That should be terrific. And shout out a couple of nights ago to Audie Crooks of the Cyclones, the All-American. She scored 43 points, which is a school record, but she scored 43 points in 20 minutes. That's half a game clock. 20 minutes, 43 points, and she was 18 of 23 from the field. And they weren't all point-blank range either. She shot some jump shots.
Yeah, she just was so dominant the other night. I mean, you can see the size of her hand on the ball right there, and she's very athletic. Obviously, she has the size, but also just really has a good soft touch. And you see those games, and you wonder how in the world anyone ever is able to stop her, right? When she's really playing well, you wonder how she, like any team, it doesn't matter who they have on their team, but there are schools that figure out a way to defend her. Maybe this is the year where she figures out a way, because it's a cat and mouse game, right? With great players and great defenses. Maybe this is the year that she figures out how to keep, some of those really good teams on the schedule from figuring her out easily.
Yeah, it's why Bill Fenley has said the ball she doesn't have to shoot it, but she needs a touch. Get the ball into her, give her at least a thought before you do something else with the basketball, and that makes all the sense in the world. Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, both repeat winners of the MVP. That's first time that the American League and National League MVPs have gone back-to-back in the same season. I believe it's a three-peat for Ohtani, who has now won 4 MVPs. And as these rings and MVPs and the uniqueness of what he's doing, pitching and hitting, stacking up, we are seeing, I think, the most talented baseball player of all time.
Yeah, he's incredible. And I was reading an article last night that said Aaron Judge. This is only the third time that a Yankee has won the MVP 3 times. I mean,
the third time.
The only other ones are this is the 4th one, but this doesn't happen all the time with the Yankees, and it's only happened with Yogi Berra and Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle. He's won the MVP 3 times. That's incredible. It puts him in really good company, which, with the Yankees is saying something, but I mean, that's incredible. I mean, he's not even at the point where he's not even going to get a statue yet. He's got to do something special. Got to win a title.
He needs a World Series trophy like those other guys had. Brock Purdy will start for the 49ers back from that toe turf injury. So it'll be Purdy, the former Cyclone quarterback, not Mac Jones. Now, Tom Brady had said you stay with Mac Jones. And it makes sense to me why Brady would say this, because we all know, at least those of us old enough to remember, that Bill Belichick stayed with Brady when he had Drew Bledsoe and his then record contract on the sideline, and was, one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. And Belichick stayed with Brady, even stayed with Brady when Brady had a couple of shaky games. There was real heat being put on Belichick to go back to Drew Bledsoe, but he didn't. So you can see why Brady would say that, but this does not surprise me at all. The 49ers have put their future in Brock Purdy.
And they just lost last week to the Rams, right? So I don't think they're coming off of a win. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the individual coaches have their tastes about, quarterbacks, and you're just not going to change their mind. But yeah, I mean, it's incredible that Mac Jones has kept that team, playing as well as he has, because they've had so many injuries. But Brock Purdy, I can't imagine Mac Jones has got the type of connection that Brock Purdy has built with the rest of that offense.
I am rooting for 1-yard gains on every play, because boy, when it roars here, I stop hearing anything except. It's so loud. All right, Andy, little Murph and Andy, who is this? So who is this, Andy? Look at the photo on your screen. Who is that? Young, good-looking man. He's got a tan.
Does he have facial hair later on, and that's why we don't recognize him here?
He doesn't have facial hair. He still has black hair, although it's not real. It's not real. That's not actually the color. It's gray at this point.
Is that Tony Iacobino?
Say again?
Is that Tony Iacobino?
Nope, not Tony Iacobino. Let me see. What's a hint we could give you?
Is that Chuck Blaskin?
He is most famous for a moment in ice hockey.
A moment in ice. Oh, you know what? He is looking like. Oh my God!
Not as a player.
Not as a player. He's a broadcaster.
That's Al Michaels.
It is Al Michaels,
Al Michaels.
And it's Al Michaels on Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, that is definitely Al Michaels. Yeah, that's
Al Michaels. An appearance.
I was thinking
on
athlete
Hawaii
here.
5-0.
I was thinking athlete the whole way, and that wasn't quite.
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah,
Al
that's
Michaels.
Al Michaels. Yep.
Yeah, it was Al Michaels on the call last night when the Patriots beat the Jets 27-14, and Al Michaels again made a claim that's just hard to believe. He's now 81 years old, and he says he has never eaten a vegetable. Never. In 81 years, he never had a vegetable. You buy this?
No, I think he's eaten a vegetable at some point.
Had to have, right?
Like it was disguised as something, or it was mashed up in something. I mean, his parents let him grow up without eating a vegetable.
Well, he's 81. It must have worked.
Yeah, right. It flies in the face of everything that we're telling our kids right now, right? And telling ourselves.
Still working.
I mean, his parents just let him grow up on mac and cheese and rice and meat.
I guess
that's the thing. I believe that since he's been an adult and has like made his own decision, because he'll tell the story. He'll go to a steakhouse, and if they put a vegetable on his plate, he like knocks it off the table. He's like rude about it. He gets pissed.
Loves this story. He tells it.
Okay, but he's never eaten a French fry.
Nope.
He's never eaten any mashed potatoes. He's never had any sort of salad. He's never had a Big Mac with shredded lettuce on it.
Yeah, like Steve says, he gets all his burgers and tacos just plain. It's meat and cheese.
Yeah, now that's a starch, but he's
never had a pickle.
You would consider a French fry a vegetable?
Well, I mean, not really, but by the loosest definition, a potato is a vegetable, right? I mean,
like President Reagan said ketchup was a tomato or a vegetable.
Well, yeah, that would be eating a vegetable, wouldn't it? I mean, that would be like not eating a vegetable, but eating vegetable derived or some substance derived from vegetables primarily. I mean, ketchup, like tomato sauce, isn't that a vegetable?
I believe that he believes he's never had a vegetable, but at some point he had soup or a casserole. Something that had a vegetable in it. I'm not buying that. All right, the number one country song in America is "Walk My Walk" by Breaking Rust.
So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk.
Boy, and we have crossed a threshold of which there might not be a return. The entire song, the number one song in country music, is AI, all AI.
I was just gonna say this guy probably lives in the suburbs and drove his $89,000 truck to the studio, but it's all AI, huh?
All AI.
Really?
The picture, yes. Mm-hmm. The picture is AI. There's an entire album by Breaking Rust, but this is the number one song. It's the first time an AI song has topped the charts. And boy, this, you like what you like. And if you like the song, I know some people make the argument that like, well, what does it matter? Milli Vanilli was studio musicians passed off as German models. What does it matter? If you like the song, you like the song. But boy, this is a slippery slope here, man. AI generated number one song.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the argument goes all the way back to Bob Dylan plugging in Electric the first time, where they're just like, the folk music crowd is like, you're not really making that sound, right? It's you're getting help by electronic or electric equipment, and it's not the same. But it's not this level, right? I mean, it's still actual musicians creating the sounds, and a singer creating giving it the voice. I mean, it's above and beyond a synthesizer. I don't know. I mean, but
like auto-tune.
Yeah, it's definitely a big step from that. Jeez.
It's a big step from auto-tune, but auto-tune, I mean, all of those things are kind of little shades of this. This is the full color.
What's bugging me? Let's find out what's bugging you.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates. If what's bugging you is your credit card debt, please call us at Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've helped over 100,000 people, and we can help you.
Hey guys, this is Jens from Ankeny. What's bugging me is stoplights in Clive. I mean, can we please get this entrance ramp on University to northbound 8035 open soon? Because when I leave work, I have to drive through the weirdness of Clive. I mean, It's this strip of land and somehow has some of the worst timed stoplights in the entire metro. I just don't get it. Drives me nuts every day. I would love to be able to just hop on the interstate and bypass Clive altogether. Let's go.
Man, I don't think I've heard Clive hate before, but that was brought to speakpipe.com, Murph_Andy. You can rant at any time. You got Clive hate?
I don't have Clive hate, but it's an annoying strip. Andrew, you drive this kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
There are so many damn stoplights.
So many stoplights. Every street.
And you kind of understand it because 86th Street and 100th Street are so busy that trying to turn out onto those roads from the little crossing streets is probably too difficult. So they put those stoplights there. But yeah, there are times where you can tell the timing is off on the lights and you just hit every damn one, even though there's no cars trying to cross it. It'll drive you crazy. And Jens is famously from Ankeny, so he's probably not down there all that often. And he has to go through that area because of the construction on 8035. So he gets forced off and has to use those back roads, not back roads, but the
do you think Clive
roads.
Do you think Clive has a little brother syndrome at all? They're like, we're a big city too. Look at all our stoplights. We got stoplights everywhere because we're a big city.
They don't have any schools in Clive. They send all the kids in Clive go to West Des Moines or Urbandale or Waukee. They go all over the place. Yeah, it's just that long, narrow strip that just kind of wiggles all over the place. It's a weird city.
Got that guy upset. Time for throwdowns here on Murph and Andy.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns. Backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Heartland Tire and Auto treating you like family in Ankeny, Waukee, Knoxville, Boone, and Crescent. Even if your name isn't Cade Murphy, they'll treat you like it is at Heartland Tire and Auto, an authorized dealer of both Firestone and Bridgestone.
I don't know if they want to do that. Yeah, they don't want to if they treat you like Cade Murphy. Cade Murphy's always got something wrong with his car.
Yeah, but they fix it.
Yeah, they do, but
they probably don't make fun of him every time.
No, they don't. You're right. Yeah, they're nice to him.
I talked to Heartland on my drive up here this morning. So yeah.
All right, Andy, we've heard for years that one of the main things stopping Iowa State from selling beer to the general public at sporting events was President Wendy Winterstein. Well, now David Cook is poised to take over the top job in Ames, and they do sell beer at the Fargo Dome. He's been at North Dakota State. Do you expect Iowa State to open up beer sales under this new administration?
I think this is Jamie Pollard's decision. It's always been Jamie Pollard's decision. I think that David Cook is going to let that be his decision, but I don't think he's going to stand in the way. I'm not calling Jamie Pollard a liar. Maybe Wendy Winterstein really didn't like the idea, but I don't think that she was going to tell him what to do as far as this subject came up. But I think David Cook, I don't know him at all, but he certainly understands Iowa State. And if you understand Iowa State, you understand drinking beer at Iowa State, I think. So I think he'll stand aside and say, Jamie, you do what you want to do. It's your call, and I'll stand by you here. And he may also say, look, you want to blame this on me too? That's fine. But I don't think he would stand in the way of Jamie Pollard wanting to sell beer at the stadium.
Jamie has said that this is something he's leaving for the next athletics director to have just a total win right off the bat. But if there was a time,
it would be,
because things have changed so quickly. I mean, it went from, oh my gosh, did you hear that Texas is selling beer at games, to virtually everybody is selling beer. And if we're being honest, they do sell beer at Jack Trice Stadium. You just have to be in a more expensive section or in a more expensive club seating to get that alcohol and access to that alcohol. And I think there's enough data out there too that shows that this does not lead to more arrests. Many ADs and presidents say it leads to fewer arrests and fewer problems because people aren't sitting there binge drinking at the entrances and trying to drink a bunch of buzz for the next 2 hours before they go in, or sneaking the alcohol in. Why not just keep that money? And that's also another revenue stream at a time that College athletics needs revenue streams. Iowa State, as much as anyone, needs a revenue stream. This is a $1 or $2 million potential. So I think he could do it, and he could use the cover of the new president to change his mind on this without looking in any way like he's gone back on what he has said in the past. I hope he does, but I don't think it will change soon, but I hope it does.
Let me just throw one possibility out there. As we know in this day and age, there is some value to something that's rather innocuous that everybody can complain about. I mean, there's not a lot that Iowa State fans can complain about with Jamie Pollard. They have this, and it's not a real big deal. So if he gets rid of this, they will always find something else to complain about, right? You're always going to find something. If this is the only thing that they can complain about, Jamie Pollard is in pretty good position at Iowa State. He may not want to just get rid of that, because then somebody might move on to something that is not an easy fix and that he really doesn't want to talk about. Although I don't think he likes talking about this anymore. I think he's sick of this subject. But still, I mean, this is something that it is a carrot in front of their nose. It's a chip it's a card that he can play at any time. And once he plays it, it's gone forever.
That's the devil you know.
And he has used it to great effect to leverage the south end zone and some of the club seating. I mean, it's not without financial strategy too. And it's also not like Iowa State is BYU because there aren't alcohol sales at the game.
Yeah,
it's
right.
still
Yeah.
plenty
That's
drunk.
a drunk stadium.
Yeah. It is not curbing back the consumption of alcohol.
All right, Murph, we know there are 2 3-loss teams in the college football playoff rankings. We know Iowa's best wins and all about their losses. Tennessee lost in overtime to Georgia, by 17 at Alabama, and then by 6 at home to Oklahoma. Their best wins are Mississippi State and Kentucky. Does Iowa deserve to be the highest-ranked 3-loss team in the country?
I don't know about deserved. I think you can make the case for Iowa because of their loss to Indiana, which most people think Iowa wins that game if a quarterback doesn't get hurt. In Indiana, you can make the case to be the number 1 team in the country. Tennessee's worst loss is by quite a bit more than any of Iowa's losses. But I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that all Tennessee fans are offended by being behind Iowa.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. I can't add a whole lot to this. I agree with Murph.
All right, Andy, there will be a lot of people cleaning leaves this weekend. I've got the Kaburski brothers on their way out to do my yard. How do you deal with your fallen leaves?
Okay. I will be out there sucking them up tomorrow with my mower. Jeff Nicholson may tell you that's one of the reasons that my mower needs service every year, but he's probably right. But anyway, I try to let them all fall and sit there for at least a week so they dry out, and then I mow them over like 3 times. So I basically mow my lawn 3 times, grind them up really small, and then I put the bagger back on my riding mower, and I suck up all the leaf particles that I can, and I dump that back in the compost pile in the back corner of my lawn, and I get it all out of there. But the key is to let them sit on the ground for a week to dry out, because they lose like 3/4 of their weight. They're not as sloppy. They're not stuck together. It just makes it a whole lot easier.
Nice try, Andy. I have created a leaf strategy that no one has ever topped and is now the envy of the leaf raking world. I moved.
Townhouse.
I moved. I waited till all the leaves came down and the yard is completely covered and we're gone.
And moved. Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, the Kaburski brothers, those poor bastards. They're going to come out there. Andrew has got the biggest maple tree in central Iowa.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I got to cut in a couple. And the leaves come late. Like they had scheduled to come this week. And I was like, nope. You're going to want to come like week of Thanksgiving, because these, like, my trees still have 75% of their leaves on them.
That thing drops its leaves, and then Andrew can't find his house.
It's like 2 feet. of leaves.
Such a huge
It's
tree.
awful. Yeah, that's throwdowns.
This is funny. Next, that mic will cover Murph's head. we did test it farther away, but you guys couldn't hear me very well.
It really sounded like he was sitting on the toilet.
It is so damn loud here. I can't believe how loud it is. I'm glad it's not coming through like it is. Hey, Confluence is the official beer of Murph and Andy. Confluence is where good things come together. And Andy, what Confluence beer are you drinking today?
I've been keeping this one in a cooler. This is the Flanders Peach Ale, Flanders style peach ale.
Wow. It's aggressive.
This is one of the ones that Noel Fiscus bought when we were up there, and he gave it to me. I was like, yeah, I don't think I've had that one yet, but I had one up there. It's on the sour side.
I've never had a peach
but
beer.
It's good. Yeah, it's really good.
What
kind of beer? What kind of beer?
Coke
What is that?
here.
Is that a Silver Bullet?
No, it's a, well, if you call Diet Coke a silver bullet.
Oh, maybe that was a Coors Light.
No, they don't have Diet Pepsi here. They must have thought Randy Peterson was coming.
Yeah.
All right, ready or not, it's Scott School.
Scott School, Scott School, Scott School is cool. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Inside of your joints is this slippery stuff called synovial fluid. And when you pull or twist your fingers, you change the pressure. So the fat, that little pop you get when you crack your knuckles, it's just gas bubbles, mostly nitrogen, going poof, pop. That's it. And I want you to know this. There's no danger. There's no arthritis caused. The only real danger, I guess, is annoying the people around you. So everybody together, go ahead and pop your fingers into the microphone.
Drives people crazy.
Man.
And that's Scott School.
Scott School, Scott School, Scott School is cool.
Yeah. Scott School presented by Carbless Premium.
Yeah. Going to be a good
Handcrafted
weekend for
cocktails.
that. Going to Les Mis tonight. I wish they had Carbless at the Civic Center, but they do not. Of course, everyone knows a watermelon and Carbless.
How many variations of Les Mis can you see?
No shit.
Not enough.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I've never seen it on stage. I'm so jealous.
What?
I know.
One day more.
What's the
time.
song Anne Hathaway
you didn't have to
brings
go
the house
watch
down?
that shit with me over at the Des Moines Playhouse the one
No, I
year that
haven't
Iowa
seen
State
it.
was in the Sweet 16.
No, I didn't see it at a community theater. I've seen it on national tours. I will go to it on Broadway at some point. I love Jean Valjean. Colm Wilkinson is the original Jean Valjean. You want me to keep going on this?
No.
He's incredible.
No.
He's the GOAT.
Anne
Looking forward to
Hathaway, the song
performance
she won the Oscar
Yes.
basically for the one scene. Is that I Dream a Dream?
Dream, yes. I dream a dream.
Is there any nudity in the
No.
musical?
Lots
I
of
don't think so.
prostitutes, though.
Maybe Russell Crowe was naked when he was singing.
No,
all right,
that was
Scott
just his
School.
bare
Very well
vocals.
done. Let's get to the quickie poll, the stupid quickie poll, because, man, it's stupid.
How much money lying on the ground would it take for you to stop and pick it up? A penny, nickel, or dime, a quarter, a dollar bill, or a $5 bill?
Okay, this isn't as stupid as.
No, this is a pretty good one.
Yeah, this is actually not as.
Did you
stupid.
come up
I
with
just
this one, Murph?
anticipate.
No, I was at the gym and I saw a dime on the floor and I didn't pick it up. And then I was like, oh, stupid quickie poll. All right, good. I'm done for the week. Woo.
It's a quarter for me.
Yeah, it's a quarter.
I-
It's a quarter for me.
Really?
I don't want to risk throwing my back out for a dime. We stopped making pennies this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And,
a dollar bill for me. I'm not picking up somebody's dirty quarter.
So
that I
yeah,
just
the
stick it in
dollar
my
bill
pocket.
is squeaky clean.
When are you using a quarter? You can't use a quarter on anything.
I'm with AD. I'm
We
a
play
dollar
quarters.
bill.
It's just gonna be in your. It's gonna jingle around in your pocket, and then you're gonna set it on your bedside table. And it's just gonna sit there.
Can't go play a video game.
Not
don't
with
even-
a quarter.
Yeah, you can't even use it in parking meters
2025.
anymore. When I get quarters back now, honestly, there's a pain inside of me that's like, what am I gonna do with it? I can't throw this away.
This dude picked up a dime at Hy-Vee yesterday.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, Murph's getting all.
I picked up
hurried
a
and
dime
stuff.
at Wellman's about 15 years ago.
Yeah, I'm going to tap out here because
No, I don't want you to tap out. You don't want to hear more. Everybody's been waiting for this.
I have a 2 p.m. crew call.
God damn it!
It's 2 p.m.
It's almost,
Keith.
it's almost 2.
By the way, it's a 7-7 game here. This is the quietest it's been because we have an injured player. He's up on his feet now.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a perfect time to say goodbye and thank you for your patience.
Okay, we love you,
Okay,
Keith.
microphone that's bigger than my head. And the fact that I haven't been able to hear you, I'm sure I stepped on you many times, Andy. Sorry about that. But thank you for letting me be part of the show. It makes me happy to be here.
Have a good call, Murph.
Jeez, yeah. Good.
Give him the middle finger on his way out.
Go Valley.
Let me say this on the way out. Let's get some more.
I should have been ready for that.
Yeah, you knew he was going to do that.
He's good. He's good.
All right.
But wait, there's more. From Either Or Eatery and Patio.
Scott, can you see tinsel from where you're at across
sure
Grand
can.
Avenue there?
I sure can.
They got it all set up.
Big
Looks so
old
nice.
sleigh.
More is brought to you by Either or as it is known right now, this time of the year, tinsel. Some shots from inside. Floor to ceiling vintage holiday decor. Changed up the menu a little bit. They got a pot roast sandwich in there on the menu. For tinsel, it's incredible. Really good holiday cocktails, too.
They still have the bologna sandwich for this time
Oh,
of
yeah,
year?
they still
Okay.
make that. We got to go in there and check out some of those hot holiday cocktails and steal the recipe. That's what I do. We are going to come really close to a record today, guys. We may actually hit it. What is it right now? 73 is the all-time record, all-time warmest. Right now, I got Amarillo, Texas is 81. 70. I got 70. 72.
72. Oh, so we
72.
think we might go up one more.
Really close to as warm as it has ever been on November 14th. The government is back open again, but Airlines for America president Chris Sununu, he must be.
It sounds like a made-up organization.
It sounds like a made-up, like a fluff job where the guy doesn't really do anything, but he gets paid a lot of money. He said this week that it could take another week for the airlines to return to their normal operating schedule, so expect delays and cancellations to last at least that long. I'm so glad that I haven't needed to fly recently. I don't have any flights coming up in the next week. There is nothing worse than travel stress.
Yeah, we fly Wednesday, and we're going down to Mississippi, and there's no direct flights. We usually fly through Atlanta or Houston, but we purposely are flying through Charlotte in hopes that a slightly smaller airport will have less of a chance of delays or cancellations. But even though it's back open, we're still kind of worried about it.
Yeah, I would be too. It'll probably be okay, but yeah, I get it totally. In the new Netflix documentary Being Eddie Murphy recalls. I haven't watched this yet. I was going to ask Murph about this. I'm not even sure if it started yet on Netflix. I need to look. Got to see this. In the documentary, Eddie Murphy recalls paying to bury singer Rick James and comedian Red Fox and buying a tombstone for William Thomas Jr., the actor who played Buckwheat in The Little Rascals that, of course, Eddie Murphy later famously did the adult version of on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, he said it's crazy these famous performers. Maybe it's believable that Buckwheat didn't have a headstone, but like Red Fox was a gigantic star. Rick James is one of the biggest stars in America. Those guys all ran out of money, and then they died and had no family or anybody to pay for their funeral.
It looks like Being Eddie hit Netflix last night, so you can watch it this weekend.
Okay, all right.
What didn't is Eddie Murphy the one that did he have tax trouble?
Wesley Snipes, maybe?
Nah, Wesley Snipes.
I mean, Eddie Murphy's probably had some. Eddie Murphy's got a lot of kids. There's no doubt. He's probably had some kind of trouble. I don't think so, though. Rick James had all sorts of troubles, so I'm not surprised.
Rick James.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Charlie Murphy.
We're hitting on Rick James and Buckwheat. We got to do Red Fox too. Here's 5 seconds of Red Fox as Fred Sanford going toe to toe with his sister-in-law Esther on Sanford.
Who you calling ugly, sucker? You. I could throw some tracing paper over your head and draw me a moose face.
People probably need to go back and watch that show, need to watch All in the Family and realize how much of the comedy that people still find funny today is just a remake of those jokes. I mean, those shows were so ahead of their time.
They're so perfect for YouTube and Instagram shorts right now. Just little blurbs from those shows. Oh my God, they were so damn funny. From Facebook Marketplace, this is for sale in Jefferson, Iowa, caught my eye. Let me just say that, man, when I was in grade school, this would have been the biggest dick-swinging possession that anybody could possibly have. I mean, if you rode down the street in this tricked-out Hutch BMX bike in the 80s, every kid that you rode by would have hit their knees and worshipped you like a god. Look at this sucker. Look at this sweet bastard. Oh, my God. It's got everything. It's got the wishbone fork double gooseneck. It's got all the pads. It's got dual caliper brakes front and back. You guys aren't old enough to remember when BMX bikes were the shit. Oh my God! Everybody wanted one of these things.
Is there
every boy?
With your
every
kids
12-year-old boy.
Do your kids? Are there any things that if a kid from the neighborhood came by with or rode by with, they would fall to their knees like, oh my God, does that still exist in culture? I
mean, some of those e-bikes, which by the way are motorcycles. Those are motorcycles. It's just an electric motor. I'd imagine some of those get the same kind of worship. But I don't know if it's this level though. I don't know. I mean, I literally would have dreams about this bike or a red line, like the names. I can rattle them all off now, and I'll be speaking Greek to you guys, but Mongoose, Redline, GT, Hutch, Torker, Roger DeCoster. I mean, these bikes. God, it was like if a kid had one of these, they were spoiled, right? Some rich parent that bought them. I had a Huffy.
For me, it was more like if a kid showed up with a new Louisville Slugger wood bat, you would be like, oh, wow.
Now I think it's technology, right? It's like if a kid has a Switch 2 right now, it's like, ooh, or my son got one of those VR headsets for Christmas
like
last year.
Oculus thing.
And he's like the cool kid on the block with that.
I got this scooter here for my little from Big Brothers Big Sisters, and it stopped working within 1 week. So I've got it here now.
What is it? Show it again.
A scooter, this electric scooter thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't hold a charge, so I just put a warranty claim out for it.
They had those all over Europe or all over Scandinavia where the rental thing. They've got them here too, but they were great.
They're pretty nice, I have to say. I'm more of a bike man myself, but I think that makes me old.
Sci-Fan 1986 said he had that bike.
Oh, and he cracked the frame.
Oh my God! It's $1,500. I'd be lying if I didn't say I gave it some thought.
Andy, could you?
What would I do with that? What would I do with that bike now?
You would beg Eddie. You'd be like, "Son,
will you please ride this?"
Please
and he'd be like, "No,
this.
I don't want to ride that.
Please let me live vicariously through you. Why do you think I had you? Get on the bike."
Didn't have any gears or anything, so it was It was just that bike was just rolling awesomeness. I mean, if I ever go back in time, screw the DeLorean, I'm riding one of those things. The new documentary, Hitler's DNA, Blueprint of a Dictator.
Emphasis on the dick part.
Have you seen this too? This is really funny. It says the new DNA. Yeah. Anytime you can just crap on Hitler's grave is great. Says the new DNA analysis shows Hitler not only had just one testicle, he likely had Kallmann syndrome, which can thwart the development of sexual organs. Men with Kallmann syndrome usually have very small hands, although his hands look kind of normal-sized here. And while they're fertile, they have a 1 in 10 chance of having what they call a micropenis. That's a penis that is under 2 inches in length at its fullest expression.
2 inches?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's
like a little rice dick. So
now, I mean, this is starting to make more sense, isn't it?
Yeah, you've heard that story before, though, that Hitler had one ball, right? I mean, that was like
I think
legendary.
we all knew that. But
well, and it was
Ava Braun.
more,
what was she thinking?
Evidently, didn't take a whole lot. But people would say that about Hitler, not, and it wasn't just to insult him or just to trash him. It was there was people had like evidence about that where they say he's got one testicle. In fact, Allied soldiers in World War II used to march to a sing-songy chant about Hitler's one ball. It ripped Hitler and his three Nazi butt buddies, Hermann Goering, Heinrich Himmler, and Joseph Goebbels. Here is an example of that song. It took me a while to find this today on YouTube. An example of that song. This comes from the movie A Separate Piece. That is your earworm for the rest of the day.
Hitler.
I hope that plays in your head. Isn't that great?
That is wonderful.
That is the movie version of the John Knowles classic, A Separate Piece. I
think having a small penis is way more embarrassing than having one ball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, men lose them to testicular cancer and that kind of stuff. That happens all the time. But, I mean, that was one of the go-to insults back in the day, and apparently there's
and
more
he
to
also had terrible flatulence. I'm not making that up. He would fart all the time, so much that people couldn't be in the same room as him.
Which is a problem because he had that bunker.
Well, maybe
Terrible
that was
ventilation.
the reason why. Sorry. No, I won't. No, I was okay.
Yeah. Don't go there, Scott. That's not the joke is not worth it. How about a little flashback to that time in 1970 when the Oregon Highway Division consulted with the U.S. Navy and decided the best way to dispose of a dead whale that had washed up on the beach was to blow it up with a half-ton of dynamite. News crews were there to cover it, and the spectacle drew a big crowd of people. The hope was that the dynamite would blow the dead whale to smithereens and that the seagulls and crabs would take care of the pieces of blubber shrapnel. Now, it did not go quite the way they hoped.
All right, Fred, you can take your hands out of your ears. Here comes pieces of...
Our camera stopped rolling immediately after the blast. The humor of the entire situation suddenly gave way to a run for survival as huge chunks of whale blubber fell everywhere. Pieces of meat passed high over our heads while others were falling at our feet. The dunes were rapidly evacuated as spectators escaped both the falling debris and the overwhelming smell. A parked car over a quarter of a mile from the blast site was the target of one large chunk. The passenger compartment literally smashed. Fortunately, no human was hit as badly as the car. However, everyone on the scene was covered with small particles of dead whale.
That's great writing.
Whoops.
Just straight on the nose.
They packed it just full of dynamite. A half-ton of dynamite. That's a ton. It's a half ton of dynamite. That's a lot of dynamite. It just went everywhere, and like part of the carcass didn't blow up at all, so it was just sitting there. They ended up having to bury it. All the seagulls were standing around, but the blast like scared them off for like a week. They wouldn't come back. They were so scared. It was
that Cobra effect when you try to make a problem better, and by trying, you make it worse.
Made it a lot worse. All right, let's end with this, guys. Andrew, you with us still?
Oh, yeah.
Good. All right. I want both of you. I want undivided attention here. This is Wayne. He is single. He does not date too often, but he is ready to change that.
I think my best quality as a lover is coming second.
Jesus.
Hi, I'm Wayne. I am in sales. I was almost sure I was going to be in the FBI. Because of a couple of things in high school that became no longer a possibility for me. I've met a lot of women, and I've gone on a number of dates. One woman told me that I was coming on strong, and another woman has also told me that. I was dating a woman who had a younger brother who's in school, high school. He came into my place of work so I could fit him for a tuxedo for his prom. We were having a really good time. So when he asked me to buy him some beer, I did it and ultimately told his sister what I did. So that one, I don't really see how I could have done better there. If you're not looking for kids, you're not looking for me. So salute and carry on. My mother was a big smoker, and frankly, the smell makes me think of her. So honestly, I prefer smokers. My biggest hobby is actually writing. Most of those stories are about sort of strong, muscular men attacking beasts and saving women. And so that's the kind of stuff that I'm trying to write on my own. It's just something that's, I guess it's pretty silly sounding, but maybe you're interested. I have to be honest, I don't really like being single. I'm alone with my thoughts and saying things like stand up straight. So where those thoughts come from is definitely a good question. But I think mostly it comes from my father, who I don't really know very well.
Jeez.
I love just watching Scott's face.
This has to be. It seems just such like an SNL bit. Like these people, they deliver the lines so earnestly that it cannot be funny. It's just funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real. It's
not AI.
They're from VHS dates back in the 80s. Yeah.
My best quality is that I come second. Sorry, I can't say it straight.
Yeah. What an opening line. Yeah, what a D-bag. Wayne is a douche. Oh my God. It's a gold mine out there. There's so much material.
I had one woman tell me that I was weird, and another one told me that.
Yeah,
too.
I only had that happen one other time. Yeah. That's your more, everybody.
Oh, these poor bastards.
All right. Good stuff. Oh, we got Star Wars night tonight. So many good things to do tonight, and down at the Iowa Wild game. Here's one more thing. It's Star Wars night. They're taking on the polar bears.
That's a polar bear?
That is
the red polar bears.
That is
the Russian polar bears.
They're at home tonight. The Iowa Wild are home tonight, and come dressed as your favorite Star Wars character, and it'll be so much more fun. You can see the characters that they have there. That was Boba Fett and a snowspeeder pilot and Mike from Urbandale.
And look at
Charlotte
who they
Checkers.
Chose. The what?
The Charlotte Checkers is who they're playing.
Wow,
the Charlotte Checkers. Yeah, the Checkers.
So are those Bobcats then?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not really
look
sure.
at the name though. So smart that they put on that guy's jersey.
Spot
Space.
check.
It's like it looks like space.
It looks like
and it's Star Wars.
SpaceX grandson.
Well, tomorrow night's Veterans Appreciation Night.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're rocking the Iowa Arrows jerseys, the throwbacks.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, especially jersey, and they'll have an auction.
Yeah,
for the jerseys that are out there.
I think it's the first 1,500 fans get a Iowa Arrows hat.
Yeah, the weather will not stand in your way this weekend. Great time to go out. Go down to the Iowa Wild game. Check them out this year.
If you have any Enola Gay gear, you want to bring it out for that night. Support the Arrows. Because it's airplane, Andy.
Yeah, right.
Gay,
Whatever.
we dropped the bomb.
There you go. Sure.
Come
right,
on.
Exactly. I got it.
That was an Iowa thing.
Yeah. Whatever. What else we got here, Andrew?
We got the audio drop of the day.
Oh, right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's powered by Game Day Men's Health. You can go to Ankeny, West Des Moines, North Liberty. There's game days all around, and as we talked about, you're got the holidays coming up. You're going to be packing on the pounds. You're going to have the New Year's resolutions. Get in there now. Get that T built up. Get that testosterone boost built up so that come New Year's resolution time, you're ready to go and and hit the gym. And
I got my shot today. We all know our friend Chris Williams has been doing this for a while and made a huge difference in his life. I don't think there's any way that Scott, the Iowa nice guy, goes out on a limb for him if it weren't for the tee.
You're damn right. I'm scared of Chris Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
He wouldn't be the king of Cyclone Media if it wasn't for Game Day Men's Health. It is Friday, so some parental advisory is necessary. None of these bleeps are necessary. It's all innocent conversation, but I place bleeps to make you hear things that aren't actually being said. What you hear is on you, not us. It's This Week in Iowa Unnecessary Censorship.
Confluence, the official beer of Murph and Andy, Confluence Brewing, is well known for its seasonal beers. Right now, try their basic pumpkin ale.
I mean, you got like tape guns at every corner of the house, Sharpies, and old dicks that are not performing their normal function.
You think of those alternate uniforms. You think of the Nike money. You think of the mascot that's appeared in commercials, and none of it screams old-fashioned Big Ten football.
I speak exactly when I intend to, and the only time I eat is when it's deep fried on a stick at the Iowa State Fair. It's quite good. You should try it.
Knock on wood. I don't think this is real wood.
I got a new here, and it's wood.
Yeah, it's a nice.
It is a nice. We got it on closeout.
It's a shame you can't see it. Yeah, it's his desk.
I didn't realize when Nick and I are writing the Iowa Nice Guy parts, I need to be sensitive to Andrew's unnecessary censorship.
I'll find it.
Always have to be aware of that. It'll bite you when you're not looking.
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Let's go check out the WCI pools and spas quickie poll. Who wins tomorrow, Iowa or USC? USC is leading this one right now, 57% of the vote.
Question quickly on the Iowa Nice Guy this week. I called them the condoms of USC. Is that immature? Is it funny at all? Because it made me laugh every time.
Like Trojan condoms.
That the logo you put up was actually just a Trojan condom. I like
Eric
that.
Eric Herman, and by the way, he found one that was ripped open.
Yeah,
just
like
the details, Eric.
Yeah, Eric will mess with any piece of artwork and just kill it. We have the stupid quickie poll, which isn't too stupid. This is actually pretty funny.
This is surprising to me.
So yeah,
people are bending over to grab change off the street.
How much money lying on the ground would it take for you to stop and pick it up?
Doesn't the state of our economy. Jeez.
35.4% say penny, nickel, dime. 35% say it would take a quarter.
I throw pennies away. Do you guys throw pennies away?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I going to do with this?
You literally can't even use a penny in a gumball machine. Like the penny has no use. And most restaurants and things, like fast food restaurants, are rounding up and down, so they don't have to deal with pennies.
Right. Eddie has got a piggy bank, and I put all the pennies in there.
Oh, he's going to love that.
Yes.
Takes it to the bank. Heavy. It's really heavy. Got a lot of money.
That's why you need
cents in here.
You need a checking account at a bank so the bank will accept your pennies, and you bring those suckers in there. I mean, they are still the currency is still good. You can still use it. They haven't removed it. They said the last time that they discontinued a coin in the United States was the half cent, so that means that are silver dollars still in production now? Like the big dollar coin, the one with Ike on them?
I don't think so because
then they would have been discontinued. Then.
The Tooth Fairy brings those to our house, and they're not easy to find. Well, I've been told
they're the Sacagawea dollars now, but that's not the same. I mean, the silver dollar.
Yeah, no, the Tooth Fairy brings the Eisenhower silver dollars.
I'm not the
I'm just saying the Tooth Fairy has had trouble finding those. You have to find the bank. She has to find the bank that will have those. On hand because it's rare.
Then there's a $50 out there too with JFK on it. Are those still in production? They got to still be in production because I heard it everywhere. The last coin that was discontinued was the half cent back in the 1800s.
You used to always get the $50 at Cooney's.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's why
Brian would always hand those
I always
out.
have one in my pocket.
Heyo.
Irish Hawkeye says that the American Silver Eagles are still going, the dollar coins. That's kind of cool. Those are cool coins.
I wonder if it's because like the Eisenhower one is now like the Sacagawea one. Like they may not print them with Eisenhower's head on them anymore, but it's still a dollar coin that they're minting.
That's a little bait and switch there. I think I won't believe that the silver dollar, because they call it the silver dollar. The Sacagawea one ain't even silver, right? It's gold. Or it's
I just feel bad for Abraham Lincoln. Man deserved better.
It was a good run. It was a hell of a run. They cost 4 cents to make, though.
He had a rough go.
People just don't use it anymore.
Real depressed guy.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for supporting local media. We truly appreciate it. This is where you want to be. This is where the world is now. And it's where we are. Always having a good time on a Friday. Be sure to check out the merch store at iowaeverywhere.com. Yeah. Especially with the holidays coming up. Just a good run of gear there. If you get a chance, please like, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you found us. We are back Monday. We hope you are too.